Hello everyone, welcome to another video. Today's video we're going to cover a lot of things. We've got a United fan attacking Arsenal fans, Martin Keown in particular, for always making excuses. We of course have more Liverpool stuff because at the minute, as I try and find content for other teams, it just seems like Liverpool are the most hated and the most public club at the minute in terms of people chipping in. We've got Jason Cundy saying Liverpool need to be careful with their poor form. We've got Arsenal fans even celebrating Salah having a fight with Trent. Was that real? Was that fake? So that to get through. But before I begin, if you are new here, please hit the subscribe, hit the like as well. It'll be greatly appreciated. And where we're going to start is Jason Cundy's reaction to Liverpool 3, Southampton 1. He's on call with a Liverpool fan and essentially he's fighting the idea that Liverpool have been in poor form, a bit of complacency maybe kicking in. So let's just have a little bit of a listen.
I thought compared to what you've been like, and this is, by the way, can I remind you, it's the worst side in the Premier League this season. 9 points they've got. They're 1-0 up at half time.
Okay, and that's unlucky, I'd say. Not lucky. What's lucky about that?
It's lucky that you played Southampton.
But it's lucky that we were 1-0 down at half time.
No, you're lucky you played the worst side and possibly right now on course to be the worst side ever in Premier League history.
So did we play? I'd say we probably played the form team in Europe on Wednesday. Was that unlucky or was that lucky?
Well, you were poor.
Yeah, but was it lucky or unlucky? I'm just trying to use your words.
Well, you got lucky. The fact that your goalkeeper had the game of his life.
A goalkeeper is a goalkeeper paid to make sense?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I tell you what you don't want. You don't want the same performance from PSG and the same performance from your boys in midweek. Because if that happens,
so we go 2-0 up and aggregate and go through.
No. What I'm saying is, you do not want to put in the same performance I saw first half and the same performance I saw in Paris midweek. Because if you do that, it'll catch up with you. I promise you.
What does that look like? I agree. We weren't great first half today, but we were still unlucky not to go in. We were unlucky not to score a goal or two in the first half. And against PSG, I'd take that. We were poor. But what's going to catch up with us?
That's all I've said.
What does that look like?
No, I don't know what.
Even now, the narrative that Liverpool were lucky still lives on. I think one of the things as an Arsenal fan, and I'm happy to admit it, before this February run that Liverpool had, they had to play Villa, they had to play, I think, Newcastle, they had to play City, I don't know who else, but I had the notion, the idea, and I was like, okay, Liverpool are going to fall apart. And I'll be honest, because as any rival to Liverpool, like Arsenal, as I am an Arsenal fan, I thought this would be the month where Liverpool fall apart and that luck of playing all the easier teams would run out because they would have the harder away games. How wrong was I? And ever since that month and I saw Liverpool's grit, I just knew, it just confirmed to me that Liverpool are a proper team. So this idea Liverpool got lucky to play Southampton. Everybody plays Southampton. Arsenal, City, Chelsea, United all play Southampton. So now Liverpool play Southampton and they get the job done. They become lucky. It's really weird how the lucky term has just been branded about with Liverpool. They always have a lot of shots on goal, Liverpool. They don't fail to create opportunities. If Liverpool lose, it's probably based off the fact they didn't take their chances. That was the same in the game against Nottingham Forest at Anfield. They could very, very well be on an unbeaten run right now, going for the invincible trophies, if it wasn't for missed chances. So this notion, Liverpool are lucky to play Southampton at the right time, this Liverpool game sandwiched in between the PSG games against Southampton is lucky. I've seen that a lot. It is really, really poor. I really do think so. Let me know down below your thoughts on that. And this idea that Liverpool's poor form will catch up with them, a team that has lost 3 games across the whole season. One of them against Plymouth. Nobody cares about that. The FA Cup, they barely tried in that. A game against Forest, okay, Premier League game, probably the first proper loss. Then against PSV, who they didn't even put any of their first teamers again. So this poor form that people have manufactured is quite ridiculous, to be honest. And well, yeah, just let me know your thoughts on that. Let us now swiftly move on to the Trent and Salah fight. Let's have a look at the video and we'll talk about it from there. And when this video came out, everybody suddenly became a body language scientist. Everybody was saying Salah is fuming, he's giggling it off. Trent is fuming, he's absolutely livid. He wants to punch Salah. This is going to be massive. But for me, I'm just seeing guys that are just getting on with stuff. You know, training, fights happen in training so much. I remember the All or Nothing documentary Arsenal. I remember City, their little All or Nothing one as well. Sunderland, All or Nothing. These fights happen in training. So even if this is real, it's never a problem. You'll be surprised, your favourite team, whoever you support, there's many little fights in training that you don't know about. I think training, managers have always said, is probably the most competitive part because everyone wants to get a place in the team. Everyone's trying hard. Emotions are flying high. There's nobody there watching, so everyone's able to really give their emotions and their anger. So even if it is a fight there between Salah and Trent, so what? Arne Slot and Van Dijk. Van Dijk, the captain, Arne Slot, the manager, they walked past that without giving, pretty much, they didn't care. They were like, okay, this, whatever's going on here is clearly not relevant. So why should we as people seeing this content see it as relevant if the manager and the captain don't really see it as relevant? But let us have a listen to an Arsenal fan, probably one of my favourite content creators as an Arsenal fan. So don't get onto him. He's really, really funny and he does like to sort of rage bait. But let's just have a little listen to him.
It's all falling apart, blah. And listen, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's too little too late, I'll BG roll, but yo, it's better late than never, bro. Yeah! This is things we love to see, bro. And yo, them men are trying to say, oh, it's a joke and them things there, broski. Look at Trent. I'm telling you, bro, Trent does not look like he's joking, bro. I've been in a situation like this before, where cool. Salah might be all smiley and think it's a joke, but Trent, he's not joking, bro. Just look at it, bro. Look at it, man. Look at the hand. Look at Elliot. Man had to hold it, bro. Man's getting held back, bro. What does that tell you, fam? This is real life. This is real stuff. Man was fuming. God knows what happened. I'm not gonna lie to you. Them man are saying, well, they're trying to say who's gonna leave and them things there. I don't know, but it's mad. But as an Arsenal fan, this is what I love to see. As I said before, yo, why couldn't this happen a long time ago? I'm not gonna lie to you, but yes.
Yep. Kids football for me, one of the funniest guys, but yeah, we're all in a bit of a delusion as Arsenal fans if we think this is the start of anything. Like I've said, I think it was just something little petty. If it's real, great. If it's fake, great. Nobody really cares. But yeah, there's a lot of fans that were on Twitter in particular saying that this is the start of Liverpool's downfall and actually taking it serious and actually celebrating, not even trying to rage bait Liverpool fans into being angry, but genuinely being sort of, saying Liverpool, they hate each other in there. And to be honest, I think that's a childish way to look at it. And Liverpool, I'm sure, are going to be very prepared for PSG later today. And I fully expect them to come away with a victory and fully expect them to book themselves into the next round of the Champions League. And they're going to be a real strong contender for that. But let's go on to the next bit of stuff. A United fan attacking Arsenal, Martin Keown in particular, after the 1-1 draw.
Hi, good morning, gents, and happy Arsenal Apologetic Day once again on a Monday. I'm done in with every single Monday we have to listen to Martin Keown make excuses for Arsenal. Every week it's the injuries.
No, Steve, it's not. For many weeks, Arsenal didn't point to the injuries. They just tried to get on with it. I tried to be as fair as possible.
But you're not, because you dig out United every single week, and this is the worst United team we've had in God knows how long, and everyone beats United except Arsenal. You talk about your injuries.
Well, that's a worry that your team only turns up when they play Arsenal, isn't it? That you like the FA Cup last season, yeah?
That's how it works.
You're not suspicious of your players, no? Steve?
Absolutely I am, and I have to watch that every single week, but how about some actual objective analysis from you and on Arsenal and actually start looking at your own issues on the pitch as opposed to off the pitch with your injuries?
Would you not suggest, though, that there's a lot that United could take from Arsenal in this situation? If you look through the different compartments of the team, you'd be pretty pleased to have some of those players, wouldn't you, in your United lineup, no?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what that's
called, what's wrong with me saying that as an Arsenal man?
No, Martin, that's called honesty. I can look at my team and honestly say I'd love some of your players in my team, but when have you ever looked at the Arsenal team and gave some truthful analysis as to what they're doing on the pitch as opposed?
There we have it, and I'd love to know, because I do know for a fact a lot of Liverpool fans watch my videos, so if you've got this far, let me know, Liverpool fans, do you believe Arsenal, my club, would be challenging you more if we hadn't had the injuries? Because I personally do think so, but the notion that we'd be top of the league is fake. And I saw this thing saying Arsenal have never got more than 89 points under Mikel Arteta, and I don't think, judging off the start of the season, we would have got anywhere near 90 plus points. I think we would have been in the 85, 86, 87 realm. And the way Liverpool playing right now, they are going to get 90 plus points. So regardless of the injuries, I still think we would have felt a bit short to Liverpool, who have just been so good this season. But you know, obviously people are getting frustrated, rival fans, especially towards Arsenal, for using this injury excuse. So in my point of view, as fair as possible, I'm trying to be as fair as possible and exclude my bias, I think Arsenal would be a lot closer to Liverpool, maybe 3 to 5 points behind, maybe 5, 6 even points behind. You know, 2 L's away from Liverpool, essentially. That's where I feel like Arsenal would be, with Saka, Havertz and everybody fit from the start of the season to the end of the season. But I still reckon Liverpool's form, the way they've been playing, is being ignored way too much. They've just been phenomenal this season, and we just need to be real. We just need to be real. No injuries would have changed Liverpool winning this Premier League. They've had 1 defeat in the Prem. We've had 2 with Saka and everyone there. So this notion that, you know, we would have won the league and the league was guaranteed if we stayed fit, I think it's quite a lazy narrative. But anyway, that's it for now. Hope you have enjoyed, and until next time, peace.